Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a wither skeleton statue. Oh, and by the way, just in case you have any more building related needs, feel free to not only check out the description below, which I'll be housing all of my tutorial playlist, but if you really want to check out some cool things, check out the card system. I'll be leaving much more specific videos and playlists there that I think that you guys will really want to check out. For instance, one that I think that you guys will really enjoy is my Minecraft mob tutorials playlist. If you like this, you'll probably love it. Moving on, if you want to make the wither skeleton, here's what you're going to need. Grab yourself some dark oak wood planks and some cyan stained clay. Then grab black wool, dark grey wool, and finally guys, grab yourself some light grey wool. And once you have each one of those 5 materials right there, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'll be making them right here. You're going to want to kick off your wither skeleton with this sequence of blocks coming directly up from the floor. It'll be this: 3 black wool, 1, 2, 3, followed by 1 dark grey, then 4 black wool, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1 dark grey, and then 3 black wool. So that's 1, 2, 3. So once you have that first row right there, going right of this row coming up from the ground, do this. Do 4 black wool, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2 dark grey, then 4 black wool, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1 dark grey, then 1 black wool to give you something which should look a little bit like this. And this is leg number 1, or at least the front of leg number 1. Once you've got leg number 1 taken care of, you want to do pretty much the exact same thing except mirrored 3 spaces away. Well, 2 spaces away. Let me explain. Starting from the bottom right hand corner of your leg, you want to leave a gap of 2 on the ground. And on top of this third block right here, coming up, you want to do this sequence of blocks. Do 4 black wool, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2 dark grey, then 4 black wool, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1 dark grey, then 1 black wool. And you can see that that's just the same as the middle row, the inside row of that leg that we have on the left hand side. So going right of this row that we've just made, coming up from the ground, we want to do this sequence of blocks. Do 3 black wool, 1, 2, 3, 1 dark grey, 4 black wool, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1 dark grey, then 3 black wool coming up to the top to give you something which should look like this. Perfect. Now, once you've got the 2 fronts of the legs taken care of, we now want to do the 2 backs of the legs. So, the back of the legs are actually really easy. They're basically the same as the front, except they're reversed since they are on the back. So, on the back of the leg, starting from, for example, behind this left-hand leg, coming up from the ground, behind this left-hand row, do 3 black wool, then 1 dark grey, then do 4 black wool, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1 dark grey, then do 3 black wool, like that. Then, for the next row, coming up from the ground, this right hand row, we want to do 4 black wool, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2 dark grey, then 4 black wool, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1 dark grey, then 1 black wool, to give you this. Perfect. Once you've done that on the left, let's do that to the right. So we're on the right hand side now. Starting from behind the left hand row here, we want to do 4 black wool, 1, 2, 3, 4, followed by 2 dark grey. Then we want to do 4 black wool, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 dark grey, 1 black. Now behind this row, we want to do 3 black wool, 1, 2, 3, 1 dark grey, 4 black wool, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1 dark grey, then 3 black wool to give you both of the skeleton's legs. Easy. Once you've got both of those legs taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So come all the way to the front of the legs and come all the way up to the top of them. You want to, on top of the top left hand corner leg, this one right here, place a black wool. Then extend that black wool going left by 1, but extend it going right until it overhangs the right hand leg by 1 row, like so. What you then want to do in front of this long row of black, starting from the left hand side, do this, coming over to the right, do 4 black wool, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2 dark grey, 2 black wool, like that. Now, once you've done that to the front, we now want to come to the back here, and on the back, first of all, we just want to add 2 additional layers of black, so that's 1 And no, we don't want to do 2, guys. We want to add 1 additional layer of black, and then for the next row we want to place a single dark grey wool on the right hand side, and then we just want to make the rest of the row black wool like this. So now we have a flat surface at the top. What we now want to do is this. So we're still on the back, starting from the back left hand corner. We want to place a dark grey wool right there on the back left hand corner. We then want to go right by 5 with the black. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then do 1 dark grey, go right by 1 with the black, continuing to go around. We want to do 1 dark grey, and then what you can then do is then place black wool going all the way around the top of that flat surface. So that's going to like the skeleton's pelvis. That's right there. That's what it wants to look like. Not too difficult whatsoever. Now, once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So we're now going to do the skeleton's spine. The spine is at the back, as you might imagine, and it is on top of these 2 middle blocks. Well, first we're going to do the left row, then we'll do the right row. So coming up on top of this left hand middle block, we want to do this sequence of blocks. Do 1 black wool, followed by 1 dark grey, 1 black, 2 dark grey, 1 black, 4 dark grey, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is all you want to do so far. Once you've done that left hand row, we now want to come down to the bottom of the pelvis again, and on top of this right hand block we want to do 2 black wool, 2 dark grey, 1 black wool, then 5 dark grey. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we should just match that top block perfectly like that. Perfect. Once you've got that taken care of, guys, this is what you want to do next. So starting from these top 2 dark grey wool blocks, going left and right of these, we want to do 3 black wool. So that's 1, 2, 3. Whoops, that's 2, isn't it? 3. And then from the left one, 1, 2, 3, the same thing. And we want to do this 2 more times, guys, except we want to do this coming down, and we want to leave a block in between. So that would be 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So that's the left-hand side done, for example. And the right-hand side, 1, 2, 3. Whoops, well, that's just 2 again, and 1, 2, 3. So we just want to have this. And these are just the backs of the ribs, guys. So 1 block in between, do 3 collections of these. Once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So come to the front of your skeleton, take out your dark grey wool, and starting from each one of the 6 dark grey wool blocks, the 6 third blocks in our rows of 3 black wool, we want to take the end blocks and extend them, coming towards us each by 2 with the dark grey. That's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect, that's exactly what we want to have. What we then want to do is just add black wools onto each one of those dark grey wools. So we kind of just want to put black tips on the dark grey wool rows, which is exactly what we want. Once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So what we now want to do, starting from this front top left hand rib, we want to going right of this black wool, and you want to do this sequence of blocks. Do 2 black wool going right, that's 1, 2, then go down 1, then do a dark grey wool coming down, then go right of that dark grey by 2 with your black, 1, 2, then do a dark grey wool going right, then go up by 2 with your black, right by 1 with your black, to give you this. What we now want to do is this. So why don't we start from this middle rib on the left hand side, and we want to go right by 1 with the black, we want to go down 1, right 1, go right by 2 with the dark grey, right by 2 with the black, up 1 with the black. Perfect. What we now want to do, and actually we'll do this, so underneath these 2 dark grey walls right here, place 2 rows of 2 black, so that's 1 and 2, like that. That's what you want to have. So going left and right of this top row of 2 black wool, do 2 dark grey going left and do 2 dark grey going right, like that. What you also want to do, in between the top ribs and the middle ribs, just stash 2 dark grey wool in between them, like on the left and right hand side, like so. What we can then do is, starting from this bottom left hand rib, we want to, bottom right diagonally, place a black wool, then go down by 1 with the dark grey, right by 1 with the black, then starting from the bottom right hand rib, we want to do a similar thing, do a bottom left diagonal with the black wool, then go down by 1 with the dark grey, left by 1 with the dark grey, to give you something which should look a little bit like this. And those are the skeleton's ribs. That's the rib cage, 100% fully complete. Once you've got that taken care of, we can now move on to the next bit. So, coming all the way up to the top of the rib cage, take out your dark grey wool, and on top of the ribcage, so on top of here, and even though we have a gap here, it doesn't matter, you want to stack a row of 8 dark grey wool. So directly on top of the ribs, the front of the ribs, at the top, on the front of the statue, do a row of 8 dark grey wool. Then extend that row coming towards you by 2 rows, so that'll be 1 and 2, like this. Just extend it coming towards you by 2 rows. Then for the next row, on top of this second row of dark grey wool, because we're going to be building up the face now, on top of this row we want to go from left to right doing this. Do 1 black wool, 1 dark grey, 4 black wool, 1 dark grey, 1 black wool. For the next row, do an entire row of dark grey wool. For the next row, do 1 dark grey, 2 black, 2 dark grey, 2 black, 1 dark grey. For the next row, do an entire row of dark grey wool. For the next row, do 1 black, then dark grey wool everywhere else. For the next row, do 3 dark grey, 1 black, 4 dark grey. For the next row, do 3 dark grey, 3 black, 2 dark grey. Like so, and that will give you the Wither Skeleton's face. Once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So come all the way around to the back of your Wither Skeleton's head. Take this first initial row of dark grey wool right here and extend it, coming back over the back of the statue until it overhangs the back of the statue by 2 rows. So this will be the first row that overhangs, and then this will be the second row that overhangs. Take each one of the 2 back corners of the head of the statue, raise them up until they are equal height with the face, and then connect them to the face, like so. So we just want to have a nice big giant cube looking shape like this. What we can then do is just proceed to completely fill the head in with dark grey wool. So that's what we're going to be doing, guys. Fill the head in with dark grey wool. All of it, the left hand side, the right hand side, the back and the top of the head. Fill all of it in. And that is all we have to do. Once we've done that, we then have 2 arms to complete. After the arms, we have to give this guy a sword, because it would not be a Wither Skeleton without a sword, and then we'll be done. So we don't have too much left to do, luckily, and none of this next bit is really that difficult. The only thing that's ever so slightly irritating about it is the position of the arms. The arms stick directly forward in front of the statue instead of, well, how arms usually are, which is of course usually by the sides. But that's what you want to have, guys. That is the Wither Skeleton's head, and he's shaping up quite nicely, isn't he? Once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next, guys. So, come all the way over to the right hand side of your statue. You want to be on the second row down on the side of the statue, which will be this row right here, and it's kind of difficult to see because it's, well, there's an empty space, but what we want to do is place a black wool coming out of the right hand side of the statue, and it's not connected to anything, guys, it's just like poking out the side of the statue. What you then want to do from this black wool extending towards you, do this sequence of blocks. Do 4 dark grey, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1 black wool, 4 dark grey, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2 black wool. That's the first row of the top of the arm. For the next row of the top of the arm, so starting from the top side again, coming all the way down, do 3 black wool, that's 1, 2, 3. Then do 1 dark grey, then 4 black wool, then 2 dark grey, 1 black, 1 dark grey, and that is the top of the right arm, guys. And for the under part of the arm, all you have to do is copy exactly what you did just above you. So just add an additional layer of the arm just coming down like this, and everything will be perfectly fine. So just add an additional layer coming down underneath the arm to give you something which should look like that, and that is the right arm taken care of. Once you've got that arm taken care of, we can now move on to the opposite side of our Wither Skeleton, and we can do literally the exact same thing, except it's mirrored. So, we're now on the opposite side, we're still in this space right here, this space in between the ribs. We want to place a black wool coming out from that empty space, then coming towards us from this black wool, we want to do 4 dark grey, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1 black, then 4 dark grey, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2 black wool. Perfect. Now, for the row on the outer part of that, coming back up to the top again, we want to do 3 black wool, then 1 dark grey, 4 black wool, then 2 dark grey, 1 black, 1 dark grey, and that will be the top of the arm, and as you can see, that is just the mirror image of what we already have there. And To complete the underside of the arm, all we have to do is obviously the exact same thing that we did on the opposite side. We just have to copy what we have just directly above us and throw it one row down just below. So that's exactly what I'm doing, guys, just copying that, just throwing it one row down below, and we will then end up with both the arms and most of our skeleton. Once you've why can't I talk? Why am I starting to stuttering? It's weird. Once you've reached this point right here, this is what you want to do next. There is only one thing left for us to do, and that is to add in the sword. So why don't we do just that? Come all the way over to this side of your skeleton. You want to be on the left hand side, you want the right arm. I called that the right arm earlier, but this is the skeleton's actual right arm. Well, starting from either one of these two blocks, it doesn't matter because we've got to do the same thing to both sides. Starting from either one of these two end blocks, this top block, you want to extend it to the right by 2 of your black, and you want to take the same block and you want to extend it going up by 2 of your black like this. So you kind of want to have like an L shape. What we can then do, starting from the top part of the L shape right here, do 2 upper left diagonals from it, so that's 1, 2, still with the black wool, then go left by 1, then go down by 1, then do a bottom right diagonal, and go down by 1 to connect to the top of the arm. What we then want to do, starting again from the top of the L shape, we want to do 8 upper right diagonals, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then go right of that 8th up right diagonal by 2, that's 1, 2. And then go down by 2. Then do 8 bottom left diagonals, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8th bottom left diagonal would be there, but we already placed a black wool block. So now starting from the right hand side of this L shape that we've made, or this 8th bottom right diagonal, we want to do 2 bottom right diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. We then want to go down 1, then go left 1, then do an upper left diagonal, and then go left by 1. And that will be the upper part of the sword. That's the upper half. That's the guard and the blade. Once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So, now coming to the under part of the arm, and you guys can see from the second black wool like coming in from underneath the arm. Well, from this black wool, you want to place a black wool coming down. Then do 3 bottom left diagonals from this black wool. That's 1, 2, 3. Then go left 1. Then up 1, then do upright diagonals until you connect all the way to the under part of the arm, like so. And what you want to end up with should look a little bit like this. What you can now do is this. So first of all, we want to fill the bottom left hand part of the handle in with cyan clay. We then want to fill the 2 above squares in with dark oak wood planks, like that. We then want to fill the guard in with cyan stained clay, so the bit just below the blade, and then we want to fill the actual slicey part of the blade. We want to fill this in with light grey wool, and that will be the sword about 50% complete. I do say 50% because once you've reached this point right here in which we kind of have like half of the sword, it's just kind of like in one space in his hand, what we then want to do, or if you don't want to, if you want to leave it like this, but what I had planned to do is then kind of like double up on the sword. So I kind of want the sword to occupy both of the middle parts of the skeleton's hands. So we're kind of just adding an extra layer of the sword. We're making it so that it fills up the entire arm, makes it look a little bit more 3D, and makes it look, I don't know, it just seems to scale better with the statue. But if you just want to have it occupying one space of the arm, that's completely up to you, but I'm adding the extra layer, just about finished it. I've just got to fill in the bottom part, and then I've got to fill the light grey wool of the sword itself in, so we're just now up at the top here, and we're filling this in with light grey wool. So what we want to end up with should look a little bit like this, and it just to me makes a little bit more sense. So once you've got that taken care of, that is your skeleton statue, 100% fully completed. This is your wither skeleton, and I think that it's best to look at him from this view because we can actually see everything. So why don't we take off the UI, why don't we talk about this a little bit, and then we can exit. So this is your wither skeleton statue, guys, 100% fully completed. Hopefully it wasn't too difficult to make. Hopefully you guys like it, and if you've managed to do both of those things, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a like, a favorite, a share, anything you'd feel like doing to help me out, guys. I would just always vastly appreciate. As you guys know, I always do. I love it when you guys like my things, when you like my videos, and when you comment down below. Feel free to comment down below, what do you want to see next? Any sort of mob statue, feel free to just let me know what you want to see. I'm sure that you want to see the Ender Dragon. I know that you guys are already typing it. Well aware that you want to see it. I might consider it. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it, alright? One of you guys recommended that I make Steve on an Ender Dragon. I've not even made an Ender Dragon yet, and you're already asking me to make, like, Steve riding an Ender Dragon. You guys are crazy, but that would be a cool statue. Feel free to check out the description below and the card system, where I'll be leaving in the description all of my tutorial playlists. But the card system, I'll be leaving some more specific things that I think that you guys will really want to check out. For instance, Steve riding a pig, Notch vs Herobrine, Diamond Armor Steve, some mob tutorial statues, some stuff like that. Again, guys, if you like this, if you want to see more, like, favorite, share, if you wouldn't mind, that's incredibly important, right next to the commenting, like, favorite, share. I'm going to leave this video out on my favorite view of the wither skeleton. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.